What's going on, everybody? So a lot of questions that's been going around is people are trying to figure out, should Sean Payton cut Adrian Peterson and just let him loose and, just forget about everything that just happened after the debacle that happened on Monday Night Football? And my answer is no. He should just sit there like the guy that he acted like a little baby on the sideline. Because remember this, let's just be honest about it. Adrian Peterson had a very, very good career with the Minnesota Vikings, right? And I understand about trying to get your money and all this stuff like that. Look, I'm not hating on anybody trying to leave and better themselves. That's not what my issue is. My issue is to also recognize your age and the position that you play where you are. He's a running back. People don't value running backs like other, you don't have the youth. So anything goes wrong, he's already got injured. Like, didn't he had like a knee injury, he missed things and, different things like that. So the Vikings are like, look, you're mad old, we'll give you this and you can go sit down someplace. He chose to go and see what else he was worth outside. And let's just think about this, right? If you look at the New Orleans Saints and you're Adrian Peterson, what made you think that he's going to change his whole offense for you? A 30-some-odd-year running back. What made you think that that was going to happen? And everybody's like, Skip Bayless on Undisputed, he's disgusted with Sean Payton. Why are you mad at Sean Payton for being Sean Payton? That's like being mad at a dog for being a dog. Like, what are you... I don't know what you want Sean Payton to do. Maybe he did tell him things that were not coming to fruition during that first game or whatever, that they played or whatever like that. Maybe Adrian was very, very frustrated because the Vikings, his old team, was beating the blood out of him and he couldn't do anything. Maybe that was the situation. But what I'm saying is, it's a certain way to act as a professional, and he acted like a child, and that's what I'm saying. So I don't. If Sean Payton cuts Adrian Peterson, it would be foolish on his part, because you're saving money, but he'll be useful, especially for a team like the New York Giants or anybody else looking for a run game. Sean Payton would help somebody else become better, which is not what you're in the business of doing for the NFL. So with this right here, I would try to trade Adrian Peterson. I wouldn't release him. You see what I'm saying? When I look at this, and I've looked at this over and over again, and I've continued to look at all the gifts and stuff that people have made, and I've listened to a lot of these NFL aficionados talk about it, and I'm still disgusted because people don't really understand. You see, videotape is so dangerous, and this is what it is. Sean Payton right now, with the way that he's looking and trying to not even pay attention to Adrian Peterson, and the way that it happened on the sideline, Sean Payton lost points for this action. I don't care what anybody says. Because remember, for a player to come out of his face and to do, you have heated discussions, you're not seeing this with top tier coaches. Let's just be clear about that. Even with the ridiculousness that Antonio Brown did when he recorded in the locker room and all that stuff like that, you never seen a dude run up on Mike Tomlin going crazy. And Mike Tomlin's a gangster. He went out there and tripped dudes. You got to understand what my point is. You see, it's sort of like this. I'm not saying that these NFL players, these grown men, are children, but the coach is being paid for a reason. And the head coach is there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's just there to be like, yo, what's up, guys? Let's have fun today. His job is to put the team in the best position to win. And when you have an unruly guy that thinks that he's something that he's not, because when people were asking me, who do you think is going to do better, Marshawn Lynch or Adrian Peterson? It's a no-brainer. Look at the scenarios. Marshawn Lynch left the game because he was really, really upset about the Seattle Seahawks decision to pass the ball to Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl. And it wasn't a pass to anybody else. It was a pass to Malcolm Butler. And that frustration led him to, his mom saying comments about the offensive coordinator, Bevel, and all this stuff like that. It was a very, very bad situation. So I knew that with him taking that year off and just his hunger and stuff like that, being fresh, he was going to be the better player. Adrian Peterson is an eye-pro running back, bro. Give him the ball a certain amount of times, he's going to break one. Ain't nobody got time for that in this league right now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, offenses are so high-powered right now. They're trying to score. They're trying to put points on the board. They're not worried about this guy, this 30-something-year-old running back trying to, he's behind a coach screaming and yelling. And I'm not giving Sean Payton an out because a lot of people have been calling for him to be fired as well. Look, it goes both ways because Sean Payton had to believe that something was going to happen in order for him to even decide to sign Adrian Peterson. He had to be thinking of a way to utilize him. Or maybe he just wasn't. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what's going on with this situation. And a lot of us don't if we're not inside the locker room. All we know is that the ridiculous behavior exhibited by Adrian Peterson, you can't now give him something that he wants. Like I said, I correlate it to a child. A child can't be unruly, then you give them what they want. So we're not gonna put you in the game plan. He's in the doghouse. But I think what the Saints are trying to do, they're trying to figure out a way to get rid of him and to get better. Because with the way that everything is unfolding right now, it makes sense that they're holding on to him even though they're not utilizing him. You understand what I'm saying? It's something along the lines where we have to realize that it's a business and we can't just release this guy because he still has value in other places. I'm just saying, based on what he did in this situation, he doesn't deserve any favorable, reasonable things from the New Orleans Saints. That's all I'm saying. I still don't understand exactly what made Sean Payton think he could utilize Adrian Peterson, because he can't catch the football out the backfield, and that's pretty much what Sean Payton does. Cook is going to be a much better running back for the Vikings than Adrian Peterson was passing-wise. As far as everything else, we have to wait to see, but I think that the Vikings will be okay in the run game. Now, with the Saints picking up with Adrian Peterson and not being like, you got Ingram, you got Pro Bowl running backs. It's a whole cluster. Like, I don't know what's going on over there. I'm just being honest about it. And maybe this shows that Sean Payton is not the same Sean Payton that he was before, because I know that coaches make mistakes and they get out from underneath it really quickly. We've seen other coaches make these decisions. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have to be careful about how we make those decisions and how it reflects on the coach. Because Sean Payton does deserve blame. This is not me trying to say, I'm defending Sean Payton. What I'm saying is, no matter how angry you are, you're on national television acting like a kid, bro. Look, if I'm the Giants, I would probably be calling the Saints to see, because I got no run game. But at the same time, I'm very, very cautious about what I'm bringing into the locker room, because remember, he's had knee injuries before. It's not like he's like a fresh 24-year-old ready to go. It's not like that. This guy is old. He's like dog years, like when dogs are 10. Like, he's like 70 in football years. Like, this dude is mad old. So there's no, like, we're trying to figure out a way to get him and snatch him and it's a steal. This is not a steal. This is a situation where this guy, he burnt the bridge. And Sean Payton is trying to figure out how to save face, while the Saints are not going to be too good this year. We know that. They're rebuilding and stuff like that. It's just beautiful that they were able to win that Super Bowl for that city, because New Orleans was in upheaval, Katrina and everything like that. That was such a beautiful thing, and it worked out beautifully for them. But let's be honest, man. Sean Payton is not going to be able to do nothing with this team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I would just get rid of him. I would trade Drew Brees. I would just do, because it doesn't make any sense. And I've been saying this for the last couple of years. I know Drew Brees is throwing for all these yards, and I know all this stuff is happening, but you got to get rid of something while it's hot if you're trying to. You see the future. Out of everything, Drew Brees has a noodle arm, bro. The dude cannot throw the ball down the field. I know he's accurate. I know he does this, whatever like that. I'm just saying, if you're a high-flying this and you're high-flying that, Sean Payton, he's lost arm strength. He's older. Remember what happened with the Chargers, why the Chargers got rid of him anyway. The shoulder injuries, listen, it comes back. People get older. You can't run away from Father Time. I think that the Saints need to rebuild and to do more things that show that they're trying to make the team better for the immediate future. I think that this is a no-brainer. You get rid of Adrian Peterson, you trade him, you get something worth, whatever. I don't give us a 7th-round pick. I don't care if it's the janitor. Get something else and get rid of him, because this really, in my opinion, as a person, not as a football player, this can really hurt Adrian Peterson going forward, because everybody believes he has years left of him in football. With the way that he acted like that, where is he going to go? Where does anybody want a 90-year-old running back to run around in iPro right now in this league? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking at, and you got to be very cautious when you make those decisions. You got to recognize where you are, you know what I'm saying, the type of pull you have, the clout, You don't got clout on the New Orleans Saints because they only pass the ball. So they don't really need you. And that's what my whole situation was. And I just had to let you guys understand what's going on with that because it's still circulating. And I wanted to give you my point of view with it. If you're a Saints fan, let me know your point of view. If you're just an NFL fan, let me know your point of view about it. But I don't think that this is really something of substance. Just get rid of him. Find a way to get rid of him. But I think he's in the doghouse for good. Definitely subscribe and share. Gmia. See you next time. One love.